Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So today, we're going to talk about something very deep, very philosophical and very deep. We're going to talk about shopping cart theory. Don't laugh. It is actually way deeper than most people would think just by looking at it. It looks just like a gimmick on social media, and it is. But if you follow the dominoes, man, it leads you to some unique territory, and I love it. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, on social media right now, people are discussing shopping cart theory. And basically, it's a little thing that allows you to determine whether or not you're a good or bad person based on whether or not you return your shopping cart to the little corral in the parking lot. I don't know that good and bad are the right terms for it. I think socially responsible would be a better one, but good and bad will work for our demonstration here. Why is it a good test for that? Because there's no force. If you don't do it, nobody's going to jump out of the bushes and grab you, right? There's no benefit to you, no personal gain by returning that cart. And you lose nothing if you don't do it. It's completely neutral. It's just a good measure of whether or not you will do your part to keep things running in an orderly fashion. It's kind of cool that way. If you accept it as that, what's the first thing you notice when you go into a parking lot? Most people are good. Yeah, you're going to see maybe 5 or 6 shopping carts strewn about, but most, the overwhelming majority, 50 or 100 of them, are going to be in those corrals. Most people are good. Most people will do their part. Where do you see the shopping carts that are just left out? Some are like, near the tree that's in the parking lot, with one wheel up on the curb so it doesn't roll out and hit anybody's car, because even though they're not going to wheel it all the way back, they're still going to be a little responsible with it. And then there's some that are just left in parking lots and spaces. And then there's some that are, just left to roll wherever. And those are typically way out, away from the store, where they've stopped putting those corrals. Almost like access has something to do with it. The means to be socially responsible plays into it. Kind of like they're like, man, that's just too far away. I can't do it. Don't have time for it. Whatever. There's a reason, because they don't have that access. Why do people do it? Why are most people good in this situation? Well, first, it's the obvious. They know it's a social norm. They know. They've been educated. They've been led. It's a social norm to do this. And then the second is access. Access certainly seems to play into it. The means to be socially responsible. That's all you need to keep things running. If that's all you need to maintain order, education, leadership, and access, why do governments use force? That's the whole justification for them, is that they're there to maintain order. Without them, everything would just, it'd be chaos. So why do they use force when education, leadership, and access is all you need? Now, access, in the case of a society, would be more along the lines of a baseline that nobody can fall below. Everybody's going to have certain things. Maybe it's housing, healthcare, food, whatever. Whatever that society deems. But that's the baseline. And it's everybody's social responsibility to make sure that nobody falls below that. So you need access, leadership, and education. That's it. That's all you need for a functioning society. Well, then why do we have this violence-based government, this force-based government that every government has? Why do we have those people in power? Because it's not about running a society. It's about maintaining power. And the easiest way to get people to give up power is to convince them that you're protecting them from somebody. Those others, those evil people, because everybody's bad and out to get you. But shopping cart theory proves most people are good. Most people will do their part if they know what their part is. It's almost like those in power intentionally cultivate scapegoats so you can kick down at them, feel better. You're better than those people. They're not good, but most people are. In fact, I would imagine that most of you have seen somebody grab a cart that wasn't theirs and return it to the corral. Most people are good. Most people would even give you a hand up, help you out, help those that didn't have immediate access out. And if something falls through the cracks, there could be some kind of organized safety net to make sure that all the carts make it to the corral, even for those who don't have access. Could happen. Maybe have more little vests. So, what's the solution to this? Maybe it's time to demand more from each other instead of demanding less. Maybe it's time to increase social responsibility. Take individual responsibility for all of society. That is how we would lead ourselves. That is how you can change the world. Shopping cart theory proves that most of society's fears aren't genuine. They're not real. They're just things people have come to believe because they were socially conditioned to believe them. Just like they were conditioned to believe that it's their responsibility to return that cart. It's probably time to up the ante. We're at a point in history where we can demand more of each other. And now's the time to do it. Because as our government becomes less and less effective, we're gonna have to lead ourselves. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.